An ambassador accidentally taken out in the conflict zone in which we were travelling would have exactly the chilling effect on Western engagement that the regime in Damascus sought. Perhaps, somewhere, a teacher might battle exhaustion and class numbers to help Zainab and Ahmed catch up. An NGO campaign might shift more funding from all the other life-saving priorities towards education. A Western politician might face down the corrosive drumbeat of tabloid racism and give them a chance to start again in a new country. Luck, resilience, and kindness might conspire to help them defy the odds, and maybe Zainab would get her moonshot. But it would take a massive amount of luck, resilience, and kindness. As I turned to leave, Zainab grabbed my sleeve. Her face was earnest. "But what do I really need to learn?" she asked. What are the essential building blocks of knowledge, the ideas and values we are most fortunate to inherit from our parents, teachers, and ancestors? How do we ensure that our children are prepared for a world that we cannot imagine? What do they need to know to live a good life? Each of us is a bridge, what my father calls the story bearer, between the past and the future. It is a daunting responsibility, and one for which we don't have a guidebook. I drove away from the camp, frustrated at my failure to articulate how hard these questions are for all of us, however privileged our lives are compared to those of Zainab and Ahmed. But more importantly, furious that I had not been able to help her imagine a world in which the rockets her brother drew were aimed at the stars and not at them. As she ducked inside the tent, Zainab had turned back, a thoughtful grin playing at the edges of her mouth. "I will do what I have to do. Will you?" This book is my attempt to give Zainab a better answer. Introduction. Kindling the flame. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. This book is not about how you can be thinner, richer, and smarter, though it might just help. It is not about how you or your kids can get ahead, though it might just help with that too. Instead, this is a book about survival. As individuals, families, communities, society. It is about what we need to learn if we are to find better ways to live together, better ways to respond to the threats and opportunities we face. At a moment of flux, when so many of us feel uncertain and when the ground beneath us feels less stable, it might help you feel a little more in control. My hope is that this is also a book that helps us become better ancestors. After meeting Zainab and Ahmed, I left diplomacy to work to get education to the million Syrian kids who were out of school. I argued with governments and business leaders that we faced a simple choice, whether young refugees came to us in doctor's jackets and medical vests, or in life jackets, and, in some cases, suicide vests. In the course of that work, time and time again, young people and their parents told me that what they wanted most was education. Yet as they moved between countries seeking safety, they also moved through multiple education systems, losing valuable time and vital hope. I met one Afghan refugee, Khaled, who had been part of 5 different education systems in a year. Migrants in Europe are twice as likely to drop out of school. More widely, 6 out of 10 young people across the world can't read or add up, and a staggering 75 million are not receiving any formal education at all. But Zainab's question is a much broader challenge than simply getting more kids into school. What do they really need to learn when they get there? And what do the rest of us need to learn that we missed when we were at school ourselves? I spent 2 years at New York University leading a team that tried to answer Zainab's question. How can we ensure that humans learn the right things in the right way? What are the new survival skills, and how do we develop them? I interviewed hundreds of people, from special forces commanders and refugees to prime ministers and pioneering educators to adventurers and tech titans. More importantly, with Zainab's question burning, I set up student hackathons in Abu Dhabi, Shanghai, Sydney, Madrid, Nairobi, and New York. Intense, collaborative events at which young people were thrown together.